Okay, this is the second part of the Ring Around a New Year Square video. I've done it up until round 5, which called for 2 single crochet in the front loops and the back loops, which gave you a stitch count of 48. And this is where I'm getting a lot of questions because people think that you should have more than 48 when you do round 6 because you're doing 2 double crochet in the back loops and the front loops. This is round 5, and you can see it has 2 loops, the front loop and the back loop. These are the only loops that I work in on the square. I don't use the camel, but this is round 5, and we're not going to use the front or the back loops of round 5. We're going to be going into the front and back loops that were left over from round 4. You can see one right there. You can see one right there. There's a front loop, and then of course the back loops are in the back. You can see one right there, right there, right there. If you count the front loops that were left over from round 4, and you count the back loops that were left over from round 4, you have 12 loops in the back and 12 front loops in the front. So when you work the 2 double crochet, you're only going to be working them in those 12 front loops and 12 back loops, and that's why you still end up only with a stitch count of 48. So round 5 calls for joining again in the front loop that was left over, so is right there. You just want to join with a slip stitch, then chain 3, which counts as your first stitch. Go back into that same front loop and complete your second double crochet. And now we're going to do 2 in the back loop, which you can see that loop right there. And then do another 2 in the front loop, which you can see right there. And then you just want to keep on doing that. And when you get to the end of that round, you're going to have 48 double crochet. So as long as you're working in the 12 front loops and the 12 back loops, you're going to end up with just 48 double crochet, and that's why the stitch count is the same. I hope this helps, and if there's any other questions or videos that you would like to see on this square or any other square, just leave me a message and let me know, and I hope that helps.